Disabled travel, the harsh reality. I booked assistance to travel on my mobility scooter with my dog from Peterborough to Dartford. We booked the tickets far in advance and assistance was confirmed by Thameslink on the 5th of December. We arrived in plenty of time for the 14:31 train from London Bridge to Dartford where our car was parked. Staff wouldn't let us board the train because lifts were broken at Dartford. Dartford station weren't answering the phone despite constant efforts over 40 minutes to confirm which lift was broken, so we had to wait another 30 minutes for the next train. Staff at London Bridge said our only option was to go 2 stops further to Greenhithe and they'd book an accessible taxi to return us to Dartford. CMAC received the booking from South Eastern for an accessible taxi at 2:42 p.m.
So pulling into Dartford, and we can't get off the train because the lifts are broken. So we're going to wave at the car and go another 2 stations along the line and hope that someone can get me off the train. But it also says that lifts are out at Greenhithe, so this could be fun.
When we arrived at Greenhithe station, we were told the accessible taxi would meet us outside. We went outside and waited and waited. The app link they sent me showed it was finding a driver an estimated 3 minutes. After standing outside in the cold and rain for 15 minutes, there was still no sign of an accessible taxi, so we chased it up.
Our car is parked at Dartford station, so we can't get home without the car. And so we're still waiting here at Greenhithe for an accessible taxi.
Soon after, the app refreshed and showed that the service was unavailable in this area, so the ride was cancelled and we were left stuck at the station. Station staff called CMAC, who arranged a new taxi 25 minutes after we arrived.
Currently still waiting at Greenhithe station after they sent us to here rather than get off at Dartford because the lifts at Dartford are broken. We'd booked assistance the whole way. So the train from London, they then wouldn't let us get on because they couldn't get us off again. We've now been at Greenhithe for over half an hour. There was supposed to be an accessible taxi booked, still not coming.
We were waiting so long that the station closed.
And bye-bye help. And then eventually the app link that they sent me says that there's no facilities in this area, go somewhere else. Really useful. I'm on a mobility scooter, I can't go anywhere else. My dog is with me, so we're still waiting for an accessible taxi. The station staff have now said that they'll try another company. We're still waiting.
The replacement taxi was booked at 2:20 p.m, half an hour after we arrived.
Guy at the station says that the company for passenger assistance haven't got back to him, and apparently someone should have sent me a new link for the new company. No one sent me anything, so I'm still waiting.
My local MP even tweeted South Eastern about the situation to no avail.
So James is now getting a bus to Dartford and I'm left here in the dark at Greenhithe station, and he's going to go and try and retrieve the car, and the station staff are very kindly waiting with me so that I'm not completely abandoned in the dark on my own.
We had to pay out for an extra bus ticket to go all the way back to Dartford to retrieve the car because the cab company messaged to say they still had no driver. Bear in mind, this is 2.5 hours after they took the booking. I was then left waiting for another 45 minutes on my own at Greenhithe while James retrieved the car and came back to get me. Sarah at Greenhithe was so lovely waiting with me, and she even took my luggage back to the car.
So my husband has now gone through the bus to get to Dartford, to collect the car, to drive back to Greenhithe to come and pick me up. So we are now finally on our way home. So I've finally just got home, but this situation is just ridiculous. It shouldn't happen. Taxi companies that they use when there's an issue like this, lifts break or whatever, I totally get stuff goes wrong, things happen, but it's like a brokerage company. So South Eastern are paying a fortune to these companies, and then Addison Lee are the company that took the booking, and they take the booking, presumably then it goes off the system so no one else can take it, but they can't fulfil it. We left Peterborough at 12 o'clock. It's now 6 o'clock. So nearly 6 hours to get home. Yeah, it's nearly 6 o'clock. Nearly 6 hours to get home. We should have been home nearly 3 hours ago. This is just absolutely ridiculous. I'm so exhausted. I've missed medication now as well. This has much further reaching consequences than just like, oh, go and sort out your own travel. This is one of the reasons why it's so difficult for disabled people to travel anywhere. I very, very rarely go out, normally just hospital appointments and so on. But the one time our in-laws have lived up north for 7 years now, this is the first time I've tried to go and visit with my husband, and we met them halfway because the nearest accessible station is Peterborough, which is still a long way from where they live in Skegness. And so still only going part way, but we got from Peterborough to London a lot quicker than it has taken me to get from Greenhithe back home to Dartford, which is preposterous really. So I'm now finally home. I'm literally about to collapse in a heap, so I'm going to bed. But thankfully the local MP has seen us as well, and he's going to speak to the Joint Transport Board and to South Eastern, and the guys that I've dealt with today on the phone from South Eastern and or from the passenger assistance team and at Greenhithe station have been really good, and they're all raising complaints as well. The thing is, I very, very rarely get public transport like this, and when I do, probably 80% of the time stuff like this happens. And if nobody ever speaks out about it and we just continue as disabled people not going anywhere, then nothing's going to improve. I really hope that actually me raising awareness of it means that hopefully things might improve for other people, because it's really unfair that things are this difficult just to get around and exist. So fingers crossed, guys. Thanks for listening.
The latest update is South Eastern have rejected our claim for money back for the delay because it wasn't more than 15 minutes, despite it actually being 3 hours.